What's up, guys? Thanks for joining the podcast. We're pumped to have you here hanging out with us. This is another episode of Guys from the Gym where myself, Nathan, Aimee, Jimmy, and Zach all get together, talk about life, talk about the gym. We do taste tests and we do funny trivia and all sorts of other randomness. All of us here compete in strongman, and so you'll hear a lot about that. If you're new to the show or if you've been following along with us for a while, please like, comment, and subscribe to help us build our audience. We really appreciate all the support. Want to let you all know that this episode is brought to you by the ironfortressgym.com. If you're looking for help with your training, trying to get healthier and stronger, you can go there, contact them, they'll help you out. Also, if you're looking for sweet and frosty merch, you can go there, look at their hats, t-shirts, backpacks, all sorts of cool stuff. Use code IFG for 20% off at checkout. Without further ado, let's get to the show.
Did you mic check us all? Are we all?
Check.
Say something, Jimmy.
You just want to go?
Say something.
Like, are we going?
Do you want to go?
Yeah,
You want to go right now?
Yeah,
you want to go?
Let's go.
Say something, Aimee.
Hi.
In 5, turn off the fan. 3, 2, 1. All this, we're losing content right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're ticking me off. Oh my gosh.
I'm not stopping it till 1. Are we recording?
Yes, we've been recording this whole time.
Well, then why'd you do 2 countdowns?
Because I was trying to, everything that the fan's in is lost content pretty much.
Hey, guys, we're back. Thanks for stopping by the old Gimnasio, Iron Fortress Gym, 4250 East Broadway.
It's not my fault that you broke the fan.
Look, dude, we'll talk about that.
Zach's in a bad mood because he's hot and he can't have his fan on because it sounds
off air.
I think he said he's on a tear.
Hit play. We've got Chick-fil-A. I've had that stuck in my head since you said that.
It's catchy, right?
Yeah, since he said that, it's been stuck in my head. Okay, look, so we got some things to talk about. First of all, I want to hear from Aimee. She went on a girls trip with her family. You want to talk about it at all? You don't have to. But that's what Aimee. We had a couple podcasts in the hopper, so we released one last Saturday, and we didn't get together because Aimee was out of town on a girls trip.
Can I suggest something?
Yeah, let's do it.
Can we just do a 5-question rapid fire about the girls trip?
Sure.
That way you don't have.
Where'd you go?
We went to Overland Park, Kansas.
Best food while you were there. Best meal.
There is a barbecue place. Jimmy, where did I eat at? Because I came back.
Joe's Barbecue.
Joe's Barbecue.
Sounds good.
Okay. That's fake.
It was good.
What was the weather like?
Hot, just like here.
What would you say? Could you see yourself living there? I always think about that when I'm on vacation. Like,
I mean, it's similar to St. Louis, so yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was like hella hoity-toity though.
I mean, there were nice parts of town. So, but yeah.
I like that. Stay in a hotel or Airbnb?
We stayed in a hotel.
Do you prefer hotels or Airbnb?
I prefer Airbnbs, and
Me too.
I knew that about you.
This is where part of the struggle came.
Oh,
so,
no.
But I won't go into any details.
Okay.
So.
I think
that's
if it's
fair.
multiple.
That's fair.
I don't know. Hotels are okay. I like the ability to cook, though. You know.
Yeah, let him cook.
Let him eat. You know.
Yeah.
Now the real question is, and I mean, spoiler alert: Jimmy survived. How'd you do, bud?
I did great. I went to Sam's. I found
better than when she.
So,
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Let's pause right there.
Let's
Nate,
pause.
Nate, will you say something real quick?
Aimee and I felt the same way when you said that, and I didn't like that you said that you did great.
Well,
Compared
why
to-
don't
Okay,
you
hold
tell
on.
them?
Everybody, shut up. I'm on Jimmy's side here. I know what he meant. He said as good. He meant as good as could be expected.
all I'm saying is that when you said great,
Hey, you look at me when you're saying this. I'll answer for my client.
hold on, Aimee, I've got this.
I'll answer
okay,
for my
Hey,
client.
listen,
Hey, Jimmy, you shut up.
listen. Okay,
I meant that respect. I got your
Zach,
back. Okay.
when you said that you did great while I was gone on my girls trip,
right.
felt a little something
I'm
right
sure it
here in
did.
my stomach.
And
I
you
was
know
like,
what I
oh, you
felt?
did great.
You know what I felt? I felt betrayed that you didn't let me finish my sentence. I did as good as I could have.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I was lost without you.
That's fair.
I was lost without you, and the bed was cold.
Okay.
And I slept like total crap.
That's fair. That's fair.
And you know what? Pardon my French.
Okay.
I don't give a heck what you think. Okay?
Okay. Look, I love you.
So,
all right, I'm sorry.
Jimmy needs to tell everybody. He was like, I saved so much money. Listen to what I did. So tell them what you did with your meal.
So to clarify, because I didn't get to speak, comparatively, I had a better weekend than she did.
Okay.
But that was also because I didn't do a whole lot. Went to work.
Okay.
But I went to Sam's and I saved a ton of money because I went and got they have like these barbecue, like pulled pork trays that you can buy.
Okay.
It's like $15. I think it's like 3 or 4 pounds of chicken.
Right.
Macros are great, so I did that.
Did you say pulled pork?
Pulled chicken.
Oh. Because I was gonna rain down on you for eating.
I got that
family-sized thing of pork.
It's pretty much a family-sized thing of chicken.
Well, yeah, but pork will be like 400 grams of fat.
It was like macros were great. I went and got some mac and cheese, and then Hy-Vee.
Oh, really?
I just got like the microwavable mac and cheese.
What's your all-in price? You think?
I think over the weekend I spent like $50.
How many meals?
8.
8 meals?
Out
of the
something like that.
Every day, every meal he ate the same thing.
It might not have been $50 because like the chicken was like 13, and then so it was probably like $30 for 8 meals.
It was like $5.50 a meal.
Yeah, so I ate every meal there.
It's decent.
It was good.
He bought Hawaiian rolls for himself.
Yeah, I had a nice little my meal was Hawaiian roll, chicken. Baked beans,
this is what he does. He buys one thing and ate it every meal.
Yeah.
Except Saturday, I had Chick-fil-A for breakfast, and I used points for that, so I didn't spend any money there. So,
but yet we had food in the house, and he told me how he saved so much money.
I did save so much money because I didn't eat out. I cooked the meals at home.
Where's that static coming from?
I think it's my watch. I don't know.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Does it go away there? I put my phone on airplane mode.
I put mine on airplane mode too.
It was Jimmy.
Oh, it was Jimmy. Interesting.
Anyway, so this next week, it also inspired me to look at Sam's for other meals. So this last week, we spent like $50 on our meal, and I liked it a lot, but she did not. They have like this teriyaki chicken fillet that you can get. That's like,
are they frozen?
Frozen, yeah.
Dude, those are so good.
Right?
I get those. Those are so good.
Throw them in the air fryer next time you get them and cook them for like 10 minutes. They're nice and crispy.
Dude,
it's like,
it's like, is it 6 or... It was like 6 or 8 ounces for like 300 calories, and it was a lot of protein. Yeah. Like it was they're pretty good that way.
The chicken wasn't really the problem. It was
the teriyaki.
It was, I don't know. I didn't like it.
Is it like a texture thing?
No, we made a bowl, so like it was like jasmine rice,
like poke bowl.
Yeah,
jasmine rice, teriyaki chicken,
and then we did vegetables, but it was like the vegetables were like you cook in the bag, the frozen, and then after 2 or 3 days, they're not.
I'm out.
They're not the best.
They're not the best.
You know what I like?
Then we also had an egg roll with it, and that was also phenomenal.
Ooh. Jimmy just loves egg rolls.
I like egg rolls.
I never really ate them.
I didn't. I hated them until I was an adult, and then one day I liked them.
Same here.
I'm a fortune cookie girl. And
Same here. I didn't like them until I was like an adult, and then I was.
I have a few feuds like that.
Me too.
I said feuds. I meant foods. My feuds have been lifelong. No, you know what I like from Sam's Club? It's not that tasty, but we buy the little frozen salmon, but it's like they're individually wrapped, so you don't have to pull out all this to thaw it or whatever. And I've been throwing it in. My meals are all prepared for me, so I don't do anything. But they go right in the air fryer like frozen. They're not bad. I like to throw fish in there, for health, every so often.
Right.
But I hate like fish meals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to do fish?
Fried.
I don't mind fish at all. So
Oh, really? But
yeah.
what's your favorite though? You have a favorite, yeah?
Yeah, fried.
I'm a Jimbo. It's fried?
Yeah, dude, like fried catfish or like fried like.
You're going catfish first? We've already talked about this.
It's
how I feel.
Good. It's so good.
Dude, I'm going something over catfish. I mean, catfish is good. It's good. It's not the top.
Yeah, but it's like if it's boneless.
Well, hold on now.
That's a whole different story. Boneless is bone-in fried catfish.
That's a hate crime.
Get it out of my face.
I'm pretty sure that's what they eat in Guantanamo.
Get it out of my face. If it doesn't have any bones in it,
if you remove the obstacles between me and food, I'm in.
Same here.
You know what's better than what are those things called? Pistachios. You ever got a bag of shelled pistachios?
All my life.
Dude,
All my life. My dad's been buying them since I was a wee bear.
take my money. A wee bear.
Dude, all my life.
Cub, a wee
Dude,
cub.
that's some of my. I have that memory. My dad and I watched Dog Soldiers. Have you guys seen that movie? It was like an old.
Pardon me?
It was an old sci-fi movie where a team of guys were turned into werewolves.
Nope.
We don't know what
seen
you're
it.
talking about.
It's
I
out
want
there.
this in my life. So
Well,
badly.
it's a sci-fi movie, and like it kind of turned into a cult classic, even though it was like a crappy B movie back
Those
in the
are
day.
the best.
It's on something. I just saw it recently, and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch that again. My dad was at a medical conference, and we were in a hotel, and he bought us IBC
Root
cream
beer?
soda
That's
and like a bag of already peeled pistachios, and we watched this
Did you just-
insanely gory movie.
Did you just hear me do the Christmas morning gasp right there? That was unintentional.
And we watched that movie, and it was just insanely gory. And I just remember sitting there being like,
Can
"This
I-
is the best."
Can we start a segment?
Room was a crisp 58.
Oh, dude.
He had the air cranked.
Why do I feel like I could just be placed into your childhood
You could.
just
You
seamlessly?
would. You would have just been there. What's the segment?
I'm sorry, I had a moment. Let's all suggest week to week. This is a little bit of homework for us, but let's suggest old movies, and then we go home and all three of us, whatever.
Amy's gonna hate.
She's
that,
got old movies
Dog
she
Soldiers
likes.
or whatever it was called. It was called War Dogs or Dog Soldiers or something.
Yeah, but that's part of it.
You'd
It's
hate
like-
it.
Part of it's like just sharing the childhood, though. You know.
Did you? Hey, I got a question for you, Amy. Did you get a nappy? Did you get a nap today?
No.
Did you?
No. You know, I do stand.
That was the best response.
I do stand behind you though. With Amy wouldn't like it because I'd like to do another little segment called "I'm Amy, You're Jimmy," or I'll be Amy, you be Nate, and just be like, "Hey, did you watch Power Rangers as a kid?" Say that.
Hey, sorry, I was sorry, I was totally lost there for a second. Hey, did you
No, I
watch
played outside. Every time we're like, "Hey, when you were a kid, did you?" She's like, "No, I had a job when I was 5."
Should we like actually I was slinging fireworks over
Yeah.
us.
Started at age 9.
I was slinging
Sling.
fireworks in 100-degree weather.
Slinging Roman candles. What would be great is if she had like slang for all the fireworks. I was slinging ninny launchers when she says something like
Yeah, whatever
off
they
the
are.
wall name for
What
it.
would she call bottle rockets? They'd have a separate name.
Yeah, they'd be
Mini
yeah.
missiles.
Oh, they'd be like cat chasers.
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
They'd be like sissy sticks.
You know what would be funny is that like this is her dad, and you aren't like this either, Amy. But what would be funny is that if in my mind, this is how I'm imagining it, is that like your dad has got like chew in his mouth,
Oh yeah.
and then you are trying to be like him, so you've got like that like bubble gum. You know what I'm talking about?
Big League Chew.
Big League Chew. And
Yeah.
she'll walk up and be like, "Well, we can get you a batch of cat chasers," and then like she spits or whatever, but like she's not, you know, like it's
I
like,
like to envision the same age, and she's at a fireworks show, hands in pockets, and she's looking at the Roman candle. She's like, "Oh, 30 grains in there, huh? That's not bad. You only need a class C for that one."
she
She's
knows
just
all the
talking
ins and
shop.
outs.
There's
She's
this
like,
kid I see on TikTok.
that
He's
permit's
awesome.
gonna.
He's the exact person I'm describing. Is he'll walk around these like state fairs and stuff, and he's just rattling off info about these tractors. He's like, "That's the first year that came with the running boards on it, and that's got the 8512." And that's who I think of Amy was around fireworks when she was a kid.
It'd be. Is that how you worry me?
I mean,
to
I haven't been around fireworks in so long because it was something that was like every summer. Like
Yeah.
we had so many fireworks in our garage that
Did
if you
low-key
took,
hate it though, like fireworks, were they like, ugh?
I
It
actually
represents
didn't.
work.
As I've gotten older, I don't like it. But like if you take from like, so this 3 feet by like 6 feet, our whole garage was just filled because at the end you can take whatever you want.
That's awesome.
Oh wow.
So we had
And your-
tons.
And your dad was like, "I'll just take some kindling for the inevitable house fire that's coming." That's what scares me about storing stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have fireworks in my garage right now.
Really?
Like from years ago. I have like a Pro Mag and
And you're living right. A pro,
See,
She did
you're
it.
right. She's doing
She
it
did
right now. Yeah, she's
like
doing it
somebody's
right
like
now.
got 12 mortar shells, and she's like, "What'd you give for that?" Or like 48.50. You're like, good night.
You got raked over the coals, dude.
It's like, what is this, North
You're
Korea?
like, we used to sell that for, yeah, that's hilarious. The Pro Mag.
The Pro Mag.
Dude, you were right.
Yeah.
What's another one, Amy?
I don't know.
No, you do.
No,
You have
I
another
actually-
name.
Hit us with the most obscure name you can think of.
One that stuck in your mind. Because firework names are hilarious.
Well, because
Yeah, but I'd have to look at them and refresh it. Like
okay.
it's not like I
Yeah, I
haven't
see
been
what you're
around
saying.
it in like 20
It's
like
years,
music
guys.
words.
Do I remember this correctly, Amy, where there'd be like, there'd be 10 of those, like the same kind of firework. It'd be like the mortar shells.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be like lottery tickets. They'd all have their own, like, this is
Yeah.
O'Reilly's Gold. Or, it'd be like, this is
Terminator.
So
the
I was
Purple Dragon.
So I was looking at them, and I'm actually glad we talked about this because I have some names that I remembered. And when we were in there, I was telling Lacey, I was like, what this is like the names of fireworks are formatted so guys go in there and they're like, dude, like look at this one. Like
Yeah.
it's just formatted because they know, I guess like of course girls could do the same thing, but guys are gonna go in there and be like, dude, this is gonna be nasty. This is gonna be a big explosion. Because like one of them was like 50 shots. And it was called guerrilla warfare.
Nice.
And there was a silverback. With
I'm in.
with a helmet and like the beret of shotgun shells or whatever. And he's in the jungle. And I was like,
Was that like a bandolier or something like that?
yeah, bandolier, not a beret. That's the hat. That's the hat.
The
bandolier.
That's a French hat.
The bandolier. And then there was another one called it was like the roller coaster. It was called the Screaming Eagle. And it was like an eagle, and then had like the red, white, and blue or whatever.
That's actually my finisher move.
Yeah, see, yeah,
Screaming Eagle.
And then they get ridiculous. One of them, guess what one of them was called?
Oh, I don't. Okay, I'll guess.
It's political.
It's political.
Yeah.
I got this.
Okay.
Let's go, Brandon.
No, you're getting there. One of them was called Build the Wall.
Yeah, it is. Build the wall.
One of them was called.
That makes no
One of them was
sense.
called Build the Wall, and I was dying laughing. I was like, "What?
My next guess was going to be Death from Above.
Dude, there's some like that.
That's just like supplement companies. If we started a supplement today, it'd have to have like the words like aggro,
Yeah.
or like what's the word for anabolic?
Yeah.
They have anabolic rage hemo.
Yeah.
Anabolic hemo rage.
Yeah.
We'd sell off the shelves.
Yeah, dude, there's so many. The names are hilarious. It's so funny. There was other ones I can't remember now. But, one of them was called Diamond Heist.
Diamond Heist.
Yeah, one of them was called Diamond
These
Heist.
sound like slot machines.
No, I'm serious. Like that's the reason.
Build the Wall and Diamond Heist are better names for slot machines.
I don't know. It's so random, dude.
That's so
Did you
funny.
think of any, Amy?
I just looked at stuff. I mean, there's so many, like you just said, there's so many different names.
Yeah.
The only
do
advice.
they change them every year? Like when you were doing it, were they different? Or
There's
was it-
certain things that always stay the same. Like Morning Glory is always going to be Morning Glories. There's always going
yeah.
to be like M80s, M90s, like all of that. But
I
like
sold M80s in the 90s.
Ooh.
the biggest thing that I would tell anybody who goes and buys fireworks, because the markup is so high, is if you can, after you buy your fireworks, go like on the 5th and the 6th and like go to the tent, find the manager and be like, hey, what kind of deal can you give me? Buy your fireworks a year in advance, because they will give you 50% off. Sometimes they'll give you 75% off, because we have to package it all back up.
Give them the game, Amy.
Yeah, it's true though. Like you have to package it all back up, and then you have to put it back on a trailer for them to send back to like wherever the headquarters is. So the less that you have to pack up, the better. So like you're doing them a huge favor. That's why they stay open 2 days after the 4th.
Would you give them to me for free if I told them I'd help him pack the truck?
So like depending on who you work for, yeah.
You get the worst end of that deal. They pay like nothing for those fireworks.
No,
I
but I'm
remember
taking
one
all- I'm
year,
taking
like,
all like $100,
so
$150 pieces.
We all like, so everybody who helped after the 4th, like you got to take stuff. And I remember one year, it was probably on the 4th and I was going to leave, and my sister wanted to make things interesting. So she was like, you get 2 minutes to run around the tent, and you can take anything you want, but you can't. And she like had stipulations on like what I could like take, how far it could stick out of the basket. Like, yeah. Which she was she was going to come home with stuff too. My brother had stuff.
Yeah,
like
I would do nothing but like M80s and bottle rockets. Because I feel like in terms of all year round, plus I was a country kid, so we had them all the time. But
Mid bombs with them.
yeah, sparklers were good
Yeah.
for that. Did you ever do a sparkler bomb? Mm-hmm. We set a field on fire one time with that. We did it wrong.
I
We had a
some,
fire extinguisher.
I did some bad stuff with fireworks.
She's singing M80s
My
and
ex-
90s in the 80s and 90s.
My ex-husband and
you remember
his
that, the Crystalia song?
No, I was singing about
Oh.
Aimee.
my ex-husband and his friends, when they were in college, they took either an M80 or an M90. They didn't like one of the other kids' roommates, and they dropped it in his toilet,
Sick.
and it shattered the toilet bowl. So they had to
yeah.
like go to like Lowe's
they're
at like
gnarly.
9 or 10 o'clock
Yeah,
at
they're
night to
gnarly.
buy.
We used to go back to the creek and throw them at toads.
Nice.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I used to make
I
'em-
don't think it killed them ever. They,
I used to-
they jump.
Jump.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Now we used to put like 2 or 3 in a balloon with paint,
Oh gosh.
and then like throw them like a grenade, and then
That's awesome.
they would leave like a crater in the ground when you had
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 of them together. It was sick.
Did you ever do the sparkler bomb?
No,
Do you know how you do it?
is it where you tie a bunch of them together?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
I
not
remember
tie.
other guys doing them, but
Not tie. So I think it might have to be the right kind of sparkler. Don't quote me on that. But you wrap up. There's like, I'm gonna say 12 in a box, and the middle one you just leave higher, just a little bit higher, and you got to tape them, and you got to do the right kind
yeah.
of tape. This is why we set the field on fire. You have to do like packing tape, like one that's like zero give to it,
right.
and they will like. We blew up a toolbox one time, like between me and Todd's house, and his dad ran outside because it sent like a shockwave through his house. It was like kind of freaking gnarly.
Whoa,
Yeah, pretty cool.
that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
Gosh dang it! I remember when when
That
we were
was back
kids,
when men were men and
Yeah.
women were there too, you know.
and it was just
I used that on a previous podcast, but it's gonna
Did
be
you?
a new, it's gonna be a new thing. It's back when boys were boys, you know.
I'm gonna pause it. We're at 20 minutes.
I did it in time, didn't I?
It's time.
It's time
For the snack club.
It's time to touch.
Okay.
What? Okay, well that got
The guys are back and they're
Okay,
ready
so
for
we're-
a snack.
We're gonna do the
Peach.
taste test.
peaches.
Peaches.
These are Snack Club brand, and they are
That's the name of our other podcast.
tahine,
Snack Club.
peach rings, chili and lime. They're
Chili-
gummy rings.
Isn't peach enough? Why do we have to add 3 other
You
things?
ever had tahine, sir?
Peaches. Ah. You know what
My
that's
daughter
from?
sings that
No.
whole
From
song.
Mario.
It's adorable.
So these are just normal peach rings, just with a sprinkle of
I don't want to
tahine.
do this.
I think you might like them, Nate. I mean,
This?
Don't. Why'd you?
It smells like dust.
It smells like dust. Oh, thank you.
It smells
Okay,
like
are we
a
going?
dusty basement floor.
Yeah, it does. Tastes a little bit like it too.
I don't know that. Oh gosh. How you doing, Nate?
A lot of flavor.
Hey. Hey, whose idea was this?
Hey, be a man. Be a man.
Chew it.
Send it to the gullet.
Whose idea was this?
it was mine.
Once you get past the tahine, the peach is delightful.
These are horrible. Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow.
Let me go in for a second, guys. Feel free to hop in whenever. In terms of it being a gummy, I really liked the consistency of the gummy. It was hard, but it wasn't like
Good consistency
It
on the
wasn't too
gummy.
chewy.
I like that it's got some substance
yeah, there was
to
something there.
Jimmy, are you eating another one?
The tahine
Oh yeah.
is
it. I
like
hate you,
slightly
Jimmy.
spicy.
Slightly spicy? That was like somebody just put like volcano in my mouth.
I didn't think so. I've had this like essentially homemade before. And there's way more tahine on there
At home or here?
at home, so that was better than what I had, but still terrible, and I never want it again. Although you know what's weird? All I can taste now is peach, and I'm like, okay, I could do that again.
You want another one?
No, I don't.
Okay.
That's gonna get a 4.2 for me
Wow.
because everything but the tahine was good. I mean, can you at least meet me there? Everything
Yeah.
but the tahine.
Oh, I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you there. What's your rating then, big boy?
2.
A flat 2.
A flat 2.
That seems lazy to me.
Disgusting.
That's not disgusting.
Disgusting. It's not even
Really?
good. It's not even good. It's like a
Hold on.
Is it because
If that's a
gluten-
2, if that's a 2, what's like the pre-workouts we used to make? Do you know what I'm saying?
That's a good
I
point.
don't think you're leaving enough space.
That's a good point. I don't think I am either. Yeah, because you're right. That's not like. Yeah, because like a 1 is like the most disgusting thing, right?
This is also why you can't rate anything a 10.
Also, these
Yeah.
are gluten-free and vegan. So anybody who likes spice, Randy, these might be right up your alley.
Randifer?
I think
Randifer?
these are great. I'm gonna rate them a 7.
Randthew?
I'm going to go with like a 3. I mean, if you asked me to eat another
I'm
one
gonna
right
go-
now, I would.
I'm going to go 3.5.
Okay.
Because I like where you're going with that. Because I hate it when people do that with the scale,
Right.
and I didn't leave enough room.
I will say, if you do that on fresh fruit, it's better because fresh fruit is better than gummies. So I had them on, what's the little oranges called? The peel real easy?
Cuties.
Mandarins.
Those
Cuties.
things. I had them on those, and there's more than I'd like on there.
Yeah.
If it was like a slight dusting, it'd be better.
Yeah.
But you get the juice of the cutie, takes over.
Oh, by the way, I
could
found a
eat
gas
45
station.
Cuties, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can just burn through them.
Yeah, dude.
I found a gas station that has this may also maybe a very common thing. There's the first time I just saw it was they have the red Baby Bell cheeses
In the wax,
in the wax.
dude. How much?
Aren't those so good?
How much are they?
They were $1 a piece. Because I think it came out to be like 4 something. Because I bought 4.
He's like, maybe it came out to like $48.50. So somewhere around.
I should have done that. I was
Somewhere
like,
around a buck.
I think it was around like $22, $23 or something. I got just a sack full. No, they didn't even have that many in the thing, but it was pretty good. They were amazing. And
What'd you get?
I think just like the original was white,
What color was the wax?
red.
That's original.
Original, yeah.
You got to go with the orange, which is Gouda.
I've never had Baby Bell cheese.
Gouda's that.
We'll have to get some for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's amazing because you unwrap it and you're eating this snack, but then at the same time
have a toy.
you have a toy.
Exactly.
You can play with the wax and make
dude,
stuff. It
it's
feels
so
so
good.
nice.
It's a cool consistency.
Just don't leave it in your pants when you wash them.
Just don't do that. You know. Did you already know that, or was that good information?
Just letting you know.
Jim, I was waiting for when he was going to do this episode. There's always a moment.
He's like, just don't put them in a spoon and melt them and drop hot wax in your chest. Just don't do that. He's like, comes to the super hyper
He's
specific.
like, it destroyed my underwear. and I'm like, where did you have them
Well,
at? And he's like, well,
I
they
didn't
feel
realize
really good against my skin.
I forgot
And
that
so
was in
they-
a pair of my shorts, and now that pair of shorts is ruined. So I had to go and buy new shorts.
Right, right. Okay, well that's fair. And I think that Aimee would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we have trivia?
No.
No trivia.
I was
Yes.
at Quick Trip the other night. It was like midnight or 1 or something. There's
You
just
don't
like
want me to do trivia?
a carload of
Do you really have
kids.
trivia?
No. You just said yes, so.
Oh, I just was thinking about that. I always lose.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was thinking about that. I always lose when I said that. Keep going, Zach. Sorry.
You
Zach
were
was
at Quick Trip.
Oh, he's drinking.
He's chugging
He's a
his bottle.
thirsty boy.
Oh wow.
The High Sierra mug.
As I was saying, I was at Quick Trip the other night, and this like carload of kids comes in. It was like a 4-door sedan, but it was like way too many kids. Like I don't know, they had some people in the trunk. I'm not sure, but I like go up, paying for my stuff, and the lady behind the register is like not paying me any mind. She's just eyes glued to the monitor, and she's like, "Sorry, I'm just watching all these kids walk out without paying for their stuff." And I was like, "Really? I've heard of that happening." And I was like, "I've heard you can't like do anything about that, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, Columbia PD won't come out for anything under $20."
So
I'm like-
they don't say anything? They just let them walk out?
What
They
do you
don't
say
say,
to
hey, I see you stealing. You're on cameras? Like,
I kind of get it both ways because, like, on the one hand, if it's your like gas station and they're directly stealing from you, it's one thing. But on the other hand, it's like you might enter into like a physical altercation with some kid over like a $20 tab or so. So I see it both ways. Where like Columbia PD probably doesn't need to waste man hours for $20, but that really sucks that that's the case. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm on both sides of that, but it was crazy to see that in real life. I mean, there was like 6 kids in there. You know, if they all noticed under $20, which by the way, she has no idea how much money they're in for.
It's
you know
probably
what I mean?
more than $20.
Yeah,
They
but
probably got
also
stuff
if they do
hidden
that
all
every
over.
single time they go and they're like, yeah, we steal from this
Exactly.
place, and then it's over a year, it's like $1,000 per kid. That actually makes a difference.
But you know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
thought about? I thought about like if it made a difference, they would have security. at
And
the
also,
trip.
what happens when they
Hey, I
tell
was
all
almost
of their
done with
friends
I was almost
to do
done
it?
with my point there.
Oh,
Just a second.
okay.
If it made a difference, Quick Trip would have security there. So clearly, they're not stealing more than like another salary would be. Do you know what I mean? But I agree with you. I'm like, this is a bad plan. We shouldn't do it. But it's like, what do you do?
I think it just encourages more kids. Like,
Absolutely.
kids talk, they're just telling their other friends, like, yeah, you can just steal from here. Just go here.
That's a good point.
Oh, and it wasn't
So-
their first time either. You know what I mean?
like, people are just
I
going
agree.
in and
Were
stealing.
they like blatant about stealing stuff, or were they just like?
I mean, she saw it just on the monitors. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Like I'm pretty confident that I could steal without being caught. I haven't. And I
It's
won't.
too bad, though, that, like, they can't just, like, one day just have a cop, like, sitting, like, up there, just happenstance, and
I
then,
see cops in there all the time.
you know.
Yeah, I see them in there. I don't know.
Yeah, you should do the purge. You know what I mean? Just one night a year, just purge it up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you guys do this, but like, do you guys ever see police officers
Yeah, all the time.
and you're like,
Oh, there's more. Sorry.
oh yeah. You guys ever see police officers and you're like, okay, like this is the guy protecting me.
Yeah. Did
Like,
you ever
you
watch?
feel that way, Jimmy?
Did you ever watch?
No, I don't see
Superbad?
too many police officers.
Okay.
you
You're not
see
probably
the
not at
movie
gas stations
Superbad?
at like 3 a.m. like I am. What'd you say?
Did you ever see the movie Superbad?
Farva?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not super bad. I was thinking of Super Troopers.
Well, he's walking in to steal liquor and run, and he sees the cop or security guard, and he goes, "Oh, Biggie can run."
Yeah. Well, it's not even necessarily that. It's just, it's like
I know exactly what you mean.
sometimes they are like real heavy set or whatever, and that's like, it's whatever, you know. But I just sometimes I see him and I'm like, man, like it just, I feel like you've got to at least, because I and I don't know what the job entails, right? But when I was there, and maybe they ride together, and that's why they do ride together. But the lady that I saw that was a cop, and I'm just assuming maybe she's like, you know, she has one of the highest stress jobs that exists, but it's like she looked like she was 65, like 60.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, like still had the gun, still had the badge, like doing the whole thing. And that she had like another guy that was with her, but I was like, dang,
Yeah.
like, I don't know what the restrictions are on that, but I'm like, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I'm just like, I'm more like, if
Yeah.
somebody wants to fight her, it's not going to go well.
Right.
Like,
Well, or the other way that you look at that, this is my commercial for why everybody should be, you know, physically fit.
yeah.
She's pulling that taser a lot quicker than me or you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
As she-
pepper
as-
spray.
Or pepper
Yeah.
spray, as she should. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
if it comes to that. But I don't know, man. So this is my question about that. I've been looking at jobs here recently. Would you rather do that, be a cop,
Yeah.
or take one of these like unarmed security positions? When I read unarmed security, it makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Because at the hospital in Moberly, they were going through security guards left and right,
Yeah.
and I knew one of them. And you were armed with a flashlight and told not to touch anyone. And then you have these people just like, I mean, Aimee could tell us hours of stories, and you know more than I could. But it's like, not that you need to be walking around toting some, toting the tool in the
Right,
in the
but-
ER. But I'm saying like, if it hits the fan, it hits the fan. You don't even have a taser.
Yeah, dude.
You give me some sort of like, you know what you can give me? Just give me a nunchuck. Give me half a nunchuck. What's that called? A billy
just
club.
A billy club.
Just give me a bow staff.
Give me a mace, like a chain and mace.
I would even take like a broadsword,
Yeah, dude.
you know? Maybe a trident.
Just give
A
me
claymore?
a 2-foot dagger. Give me a 2-foot dagger and an attack dog, and we're
Yeah,
good.
dude. If I had one of those, like if I had a machete, you can get some work done with a machete, Jimmy.
All right, real quick.
The way he said
real
it
quick.
as he was taking a
real
drink.
quick. We're going around the room. You have to pick a fictional weapon. All right. And I'm going to start with Nate because he's going to do the most outlandish one, probably.
No, don't start with me. I want
Do
to
I
think
have to
about
start?
it. I want to think about it.
All right.
I love medieval weaponry.
Well, that's not fictional.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fictional.
Yeah, those are the words.
Okay,
The Sword of Gundor. That's not mine.
I don't.
Isn't that Gondor? Is it Gundor?
it's Gondor. Jimmy,
Yep.
don't ever mispronounce that again.
Hey,
Oh, my bad.
hey, I knew it,
Yeah, but
proud?
you've never even watched them.
but I knew it though.
That's fine. It's fine.
All right, well, credit where credit's not due. I guess.
Amy's Aimee, you go first.
Because I don't watch movies and shows like you guys do, I immediately went to like having like a superpower because you said it could be a weapon.
You can't be the weapon.
I can't shoot lasers out of my eyes?
No, because
why not? It's fictional.
Can I tell you why?
It could be a laser.
Because then the question is, what superpower do you choose?
Well, I don't.
It's a different question.
I don't watch the. So now you want me to answer that?
But you know fictional weapons though.
Not really. Are you
Right, let's go
talking
back
about
to-
like a lightsaber?
Perfect.
But I don't want to pick that because that's the only
But
thing I can think of, and that's
Well, you could do like Sword in the Stone. You know that one?
Excalibur.
that's
Excalibur.
but
Dude,
there's
Aimee,
a sword.
a lightsaber
Yeah, but I think you get powers
is sick. A lightsaber would be...
A lightsaber's nasty.
A lightsaber's a good pick. I was actually thinking about picking a lightsaber.
Yeah, that would have been a bad choice. But yeah, you should.
That's a
pick that.
pretty good one.
All right, where are you going, Jimbo? The second round should be like, what weapon matches the person's personality?
Are we just going with like what we'd like, or are we trying to go with like, I have the best one?
Best one.
Okay.
You know me better than to ask.
Can
that
it be a
question.
dragon? Like, can I have a dragon?
Yes,
Then
yes.
mine's a dragon.
I really am upset that you caught on to that, but very good. Because that was going to be mine.
Well,
Well,
I'm gonna need a
Shot.
minute to think.
Jimmy, doggone it. We're in the podcast business.
I know, but I need a minute to think.
We own a multi-dollar media company. You
It's not
understand
even,
that?
Jimmy, it's not even going to matter, okay? It's not even going to matter.
'Cause-
Infinity Gauntlet.
You can't wield that.
I'm over. Yeah, I can.
It'll kill you.
No, it won't.
What are you saying?
What are you talking about?
Well, then I'm gonna go Time Stone, and then your Infinity Gauntlet is useless.
what are we talking about?
That's a pretty good one, actually.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna go Time Stone, and then your Infinity Gauntlet is useless.
Screw you, Jimmy. All right, I thought of the Infinity Gauntlet first. Okay,
Yeah,
I can,
but
but I
you
can
just
go back in time with the Infinity Gauntlet.
First of all,
I have the Time Stone.
if Jimmy has the time stone, then I'm out because he's going to ruin reality. He's going to go back.
Okay, but when I was saying that, I meant I had all the stones. That
It
counts.
It didn't sound.
Everybody
like it.
assumes that you have all
You
the
have a
stones
gauntlet,
if you say
sir.
the Infinity Gauntlet.
You have no stones.
No, is it the Infinity Gauntlet without the stones?
Yeah, because the gauntlet's just the thing.
Yeah, it's just
He had the gauntlet before he got all the stones, I think.
Well,
But
when I
could-
said that, I was assuming I have all the stones. You
All
beat
right,
me
listen,
to it. It's
listen,
fair.
this
You
is
beat me
my-
to it.
This is my game, so I get to call the rules. You can't take that. He clearly chose.
But you just said that I could, and now you're
well,
going
I
back.
said it was a good idea.
I don't
but
even know what these two things are.
It's from Marvel.
It's
You know, like
the last
Thanos, like
Marvel
Iron Man.
movie where
No.
Do you know who Iron Man is or anybody?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, it's that.
He's gonna be Dr.
realm.
Doom.
It's that realm. Yeah, I know.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
So weak.
It's weird to me. I don't know why they recast.
So what are you
people.
doing then?
Well, I got to think now because What are you doing?
It doesn't matter. I already have the Infinity Gauntlet. I can do whatever I want. Okay.
My dragon's gonna eat you.
Hey, Jimmy. You're gone. Disappear.
Yeah, but
okay?
you only have
Hey.
one. You're good at, you can do one thing. Because
Oh,
that's what happened to Tony Stark. Killed him.
Well, wasn't it that just specific action though?
I don't know.
Because I thought he could do stuff with it.
I don't know. Oh, maybe.
Because wasn't he fighting with it? And then
only certain individuals, I think, can wield the Infinity.
because
Stone
doesn't
more
it
than
roast
once.
off your arm?
it almost ended the Hulk, bro.
Yeah, gosh, I don't know. That's a tricky one right there. You know.
How about this? I'll give you one or two of the stones. You can't have all 5, 6, or whatever.
You know what? Can I change my answer?
Yeah, please do.
I might go with frickin' Doctor Strange's thing. His necklace thing.
That's the time stone.
Oh, does he have the time stone?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's one of the Infinity Stones that are on your gauntlet.
Crazy.
Anyway, that really upset me.
Well, I'll take one of the stones then. I'll take a couple of the time stone would be
I think
insane.
I'm going to use the Elder Wand.
Jimmy, that's you can't do that.
What do you mean I can't?
Because he's mad at you.
You can't do that.
like, I'm going home.
I forgot
This is a stupid game.
about that. Okay.
That's cool.
All right, that's a good one. Jimmy's is pretty much the wand is pretty much the Infinity Gauntlet in a wand, except you can just use it as much as you want.
Yeah, that's cool.
What's yours going to be?
I don't know. I lost interest in this game.
Infinite bacon,
I'm not a big bacon guy. You know that about
infinite sausage patties.
See, that makes me feel gross.
Does it?
I'd go infinite steak. And let you guys just...
Do you know how much?
It's gonna
Do you know
throw
how
his
much
meat around.
money you would save?
Yeah.
Do you know how much money you'd save, Aimee? That's what you need to pick.
What?
Are you playing solitaire? You're playing solitaire right now, aren't you?
No, I was on.
She's
Instagram.
okay. Let's move on from this conversation because she's not into it.
I've got something we could talk about. Me and Jimmy were talking about this earlier.
Ooh, I want to go first.
You don't even know what I was
Yeah,
saying.
so shut up, Aimee.
Okay, you go.
That's pretty much what he did to you right there.
Okay, you go.
I was just
I'll go
going to
after
say, so we were talking about what Olympics sport we could send Zach in. And,
Ooh, I love
then
this.
I want to change it, and I want the group to decide what each person should be going to the Olympics in.
You guys were specifically talking about me?
Yes.
That's
I want Zach to be the only, like, it's him, but then everybody else is on the team who was originally on there from the 2016 Russian synchronized swimming team.
So you know
I'm
what
red, white, and blue, first of all, so these colors don't run.
what we said? He needs to be a shot putter.
Oh yeah, definitely. He'd fit right in.
Yeah.
How
fit right
far
in.
do you think he could throw one of those?
Like,
You guys were being realistic about it. I want him to do the synchronized diving.
Yes, but we actually were watching that, and I was thinking about, like, if we wanted to send Zach for synchronized diving, I could be a swim coach, get him more comfortable in the water, because, he doesn't really know how to swim quite yet. But Aimee...
Whoa. I don't know how to swim yet?
Aimee would be the gymnastics
Let
coach.
him finish.
So she could help him on his backflips and stuff, and you could be his nutrition coach.
He just made all this,
This
up
is
on the spot
perfect.
too.
Except this is the judges on the side when they hold up their numbers. It's like, and then like they get all the water off themselves, and then they hold up their number. That's what it would be like. You'd have to drop 200 pounds.
I think half my body.
We got 4 years.
I think I threw the shot put like 40 feet one time, but I never learned the twisting technique. I never did it. I just did it for fun a few times. It's super hard. The guy just broke the record. I think it was like 23 meters or something like that, which I think is like 60 or
22.9 is what the men's final was today.
22.9.
Yeah.
It's like 60 feet or something like that. It's crazy.
Jeez, how heavy is it?
It's like 16 pounds or something.
Good
it's like a bowling
night.
ball. It's crazy. I was looking at this, not to detract from this conversation because it's a good one. I was thinking, okay, give you a little insight to who the big dog is over here. I was looking for who's the prettiest, most feminine looking Olympian that you'd love to like have as a wife for genetic reasons.
Okay.
And there was this discus thrower that was kind of pretty. I mean, your safe bet's going to be a sprinter. You know what I mean? Going to be like one of those sprinters.
100-meter sprinters.
But dude, a woman who can like chuck the heavy frisbee. You know what I mean? Who can chuck the
Discus?
the concrete frisbee, as we call the pin.
Yeah.
Dude, that's breeding stock right there. That's
Yeah.
my coach in high school used
They
to call
are.
it.
Yeah, but I mean, they are.
You just talk about them like cows.
Well, if they.
She'd be good. She'd be a good breeder. That's terrible.
No, but you also really wouldn't have an option. Like if they set their eyes on you, they would just physically overpower you.
Well,
Not you specifically, but I'm
figure it
just
out,
saying.
you know
But
what
I'm
I
just saying. I don't know, man. I don't like. I
would love for the answer to be wrestling. If I could pick a sport, I think it'd be Olympic wrestling because I think that's so banana apples.
Well, we were picking for you.
I know,
You
but
didn't
if
get
it
the
was-
choice.
If it was for me, that's what I'd love to do. That or like weightlifting's good, but it doesn't really blow my hair back.
yeah, same.
Okay, for the rest of you Jamokes,
Can I say something real quick? Can we for the Winter Olympics? I think it would be so fun to have we're a bobsled team because they
you know how
could.
long the bobsled would have to be to get me and you in there?
No, I know, but I'm saying.
It'd be a limousine bobsled.
Well,
It
they're
might not
big guys,
stop
though,
at the
still.
end.
They're big.
Oh.
Like we'd have to drop a bit.
Big dudes.
They're
aren't
not
they?
big like you.
No, I know, but I'm saying like
What do me and you weigh together?
no. It's I'm
We are
saying
the size
we'd
of
have
a
to drop to
bobsled
like
team.
270s. They're like 260, 270. Some of them.
Hey, bud,
Yeah,
we're the size of a bobsled team.
I know, but I'm saying if we drop some weight down to that, me and Jimmy can be in the thing already, right?
I'm
With
I'm
like-
going in the back
They can do this thing.
because you certainly aren't able to run and jump into the back without crushing us all.
Well, I feel like that was. I mean,
call it the very back because I'm
No.
trying to jump over it.
That
yeah, but
no,
so you're going to start the push with us in it?
no, we all run on the side, and then you.
I thought
you-
only two of them did. Oh, everybody does. Oh,
so
we're
you guys
good.
jump in first, and then we jump in, and then
Yeah.
Yeah, except Amy's going to be holding onto the back, and she's going to
If I were in the
just speed out straight, just flying, holding on to it. Because
Yeah.
if we're in the front,
Can I tell you how full of myself I am real quick?
Mm-hmm.
If in this fictional universe I drop to 270, there's nothing I can't do. If I can walk around this earth
Yeah.
at 370, I'm pretty sure I can still do a round off, do a cartwheel, something like
Yeah.
that. It's going to hurt real
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
If I can do that nearly 400 pounds at 270, I feel like, I don't know, 40-inch vertical.
the world is your oyster.
The world
I mean,
is
you'd
my
be
oyster.
you'd be a freaking.
I mean, we can start.
So when we,
If
I'm
your
not doing
joint
that.
if your joints
It's terrible.
hold up, you'd be an animal.
So are we picking the event for the people in the room based on who, like, what their best bet is, or what's the parameters?
When we were watching shot put, like the guys that were walking out, they just like they are built like you, and
Yeah.
you would have done very, very well.
Thank you. I think obviously you're going to go gymnastics for obvious reasons. You'd probably be the biggest one because I feel like all of them are like 98 pound on the burp.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Aimee would do gymnastics. Aimee would do gymnastics.
I saw Simone Biles throw out the first pitch the other day. I mean, I think it was from years ago.
Yeah.
And granted, the guy who caught it is probably a monster. He's probably 6'7", but they walked together to do like a high five, and she went to like his waist. I was like, golly, I never realized how tiny that person is.
Have you ever seen the picture of her next to Shaq?
No.
Oh,
I'm
it
sure
is.
it's preposterous.
It is preposterous.
So Amy's probably going.
What-
you know
what-
what else I think you'd be really good at? If you could, like, I don't know how you are about pools. I'll bet you could do the diving stuff.
I thought you were going to say synchronized swimming.
No, I bet the diving stuff you could do in a heartbeat because I feel like you could do a lot of that.
What's
The flipping and stuff.
what specifically though in the gymnastics
Would
realm?
she be a specialist, or
Yeah, would she do like the uneven bars or like balance beam,
floor?
the ring
Oh, I think
thing?
the
The rings are for men.
Oh, girls don't do the rings?
No.
No,
Oh, I didn't know that.
She does the one with the ribbons.
that's rhythmic gymnastics.
Yeah, that's your thing.
You know what I feel like
I
Jimmy
think
would be
you'd
good at?
that. What would Jimmy be good at? Oh, I know.
Equestrian.
Not a chance.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Horses?
Look at him.
No. Jimmy's doing that thing where he skis and shoots a shotgun.
Oh, that'd be fun.
What's that called? It's called something.
It's a biathlon
It's where they like ski to each location and then they shoot the targets.
Yeah.
or cross country skiing, maybe.
It's
I don't know, something like that.
You think in cross country skiing they're strapped with a 12 gauge?
Maybe.
none of them have
You never know
shotguns.
when you're going to come across a grizzly.
All right. Well, Nate, I think it's pretty obvious what you'll do.
Don't be mean.
Team manager.
Okay. Okay.
You drive the bus.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
I think you're the no, but it's an important job because you got to make sure the hotel room is. Did you all see the Olympic Village stuff that they were dealing with? They had like cardboard beds and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You know who Lasha is?
No.
He's a dude that would make me look tiny. He's like probably the best weightlifter, maybe of all time. I think he's got the highest numbers. And they have these cardboard beds and twin size beds that look like an infant mattress next to him.
Yeah.
Like here's your dwelling for the next.
I
week
heard
or
that the men's basketball team spent
Yeah.
millions of dollars to
As
put
they
everyone
should.
else up in like hotels.
They dropped like they pooled their money, dropped like 15 million for like
That's crazy.
accommodate, but like food and stuff too. Yeah, except like, is that just a drop in the bucket to those guys? One of them's
Maybe.
LeBron. He could have
Yeah.
run the bill himself
Yeah, he's a freaking billionaire.
and not missed a meal. You know. I don't know. I feel like Aimee has probably the most potential
I do too.
because she's already got the body style. You
Yeah.
could do weird stuff like fencing probably. If we had the coaching and stuff like that, I feel like you'd be good at that.
Legitimately, a lot of them are meant for like a smaller stature person.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that stuff is not. It doesn't.
Have you ever thought about it? And I've said this before, but like in Winter Olympics, like there are like, so if you go back, let me take this back a second. So like sprinters, like they're fast and like they work really, really hard. But then when you start thinking about like Winter Olympics and like people who like ski or snowboard and do things like that, like I'm not saying that those people aren't talented.
No,
They're
people
very
are
much
there.
they're very much talented, but you take that exact same person and like or somebody else who's more genetically or athletically inclined and they are going to do even better.
Well,
like
like
this is
the-
people who
the
have
luge.
just done it since they were like
Have
4
you
years
seen the
old.
luge or bobsledding, like which I realize is the whole premise to the Cool Runnings movie. But like, have you ever been to a facility where you could do the luge thing? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're not been to, but just seen it.
Yeah.
I'm like, where do you even go for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like find a big hill in the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Well, like the fencing, I was looking after one of the U.S. people did well, and I was like, how did she even get into this? And it's like she went to Harvard or whatever, and like so, you know, you have certain schools that do that, but also her parents, her father, I think, did really, really well when he was in college. So it's like
I have to wonder
your parents.
I have to wonder if they followed the same track as like boxing or wrestling. They start as soon as they start walking. Like you don't even, because nobody does fencing, right? Like just the fact that you've got, like you could have a really crappy instructor in your like fencing dojo. I don't even know what they call it. I feel like you're Olympic bound. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I know one person in my life who does fencing.
So there was like, okay, so we were watching the women's 100 today, and just all the different like finals, semifinals, whatever. And so they have, what is that called? The counterplot.
Todd.
You know what I'm talking about? Where they like let the other teams.
Oh, the reprenage.
Wow. Is it called a reprenage? See, I thought it started with a C. Either way, so they essentially let these all these other countries come in who didn't qualify, so that they can have another race, another attempt. It's like having a mulligan to get another attempt to get in further, like in the final or semifinal. Well, so they were talking about this girl, and I don't know if she was from Pakistan, but she started running 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So you have people who like, and I'm not saying like she did get lit up, but still, like some of these people, it's not like they've been doing this forever.
I have heard that like I don't know. I think it's maybe different in other countries because like sometimes because they'll be state sponsored or whatever,
right?
But a lot of the times I feel like
sick.
Yeah, would but like I feel like I kind of feel like for America, it's like a rich kid's thing to do.
Yeah,
because
the Olympic stuff.
Yeah,
it's weird that way. That's why I've always thought, like, all jokes aside, soccer. It's like the upper echelon is really good because you need just a ball effectively,
right?
And basketball is kind of the same way.
Yeah,
the top of the top is the top of the top versus what Amy's talking about is like. Think about NASCAR. Think about
who has the ability.
Anything.
Well, like we were watching synchronized diving right before we came here, and China is obviously their women's team is phenomenal, and they've won multiple medals in prior years. But they said that one of the girls, I think, had been in gymnastics before, but the other one was chosen by this government because essentially how high she could jump when she was a little kid. She could jump significantly higher than her peers. So they were like, "You're it."
I've read where they'll do that, and like some of it is, it's been a long time since I've seen this documentary, but it's like at a certain age they have to reach their hands over their head, and like depending on how high their elbow is over their head, you do this versus this, and
right.
What that's doing is like we talk about it on the Olympic lifting side of the coin with like femur length, is really big in some of those lifts, and it's
for sure
that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's true.
I get it, and then you have just a bunch of like just people. Like it's not. I was also looking at like how much you get from winning, like how much your country pays you.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. Yeah.
And America is not the top of the top, which is crazy.
I think for that though, like America relies on a lot of our American-based companies to pay for the sponsorships.
Do. But if you wanted to be better, what would you do? You'd pay money into it. I'm not saying they do it wrong. I'm just saying.
I couldn't believe some of the countries how much they paid.
Some of them were up.
I know, and I was like, they don't like it's so small. Like, do they have that much money to just?
Well, they don't. Yeah, they don't.
Well,
care.
They probably don't win either, right?
Well, but they, if you don't have roads, you're not paying to fix.
Yeah, because some of them, it was like
you don't have a military.
Some of them was $250,000.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I also, what else I wondered? I wondered like if a $250,000, if a $250,000 is like $50. Do you know what I mean?
Like if it's in their money?
Well, right. Like I was wondering in the thing I was looking at, were they putting it in reference to like, would it be in American dollars or like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was wondering that too. The reason I thought that it was because the one I was looking at, it had like the American dollar sign next to it.
That's cool.
But I don't know if they may have not thought of that. I don't know.
I saw a lady, I think it was in the Philippines, won the first gold medal ever for him.
I saw that.
It was in weightlifting, and she was hype, dude. I think we've got a good year Is wrestling going on this time? I think it is, isn't it?
So there's things that they're like coming in waves, because I was like, where's track and field? And we had to look ahead to see like when they were going to start that. So I feel like wrestling will be, because I think this goes on for another like 8 days.
I was listening to a clip of a podcast, and the guy was talking about, we have a shot this year to get the most wrestling medals of any country of all time.
Oh, wow.
Do you know who holds it down? It's I think, don't quote me on this, I think it's like the Soviet Union, which doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
And they effectively got the most medals in a span of like 10 Olympics, because they didn't compete here and they didn't compete here, and then they were no longer a country then. I may have my country wrong there. I'm terrible with geography, but it was like, we've been wrestling this whole time and we're just now about to break it. But a lot of that, like you hit on earlier, a lot of it's like state sponsored.
Right.
And a lot of it's like, I want to be a doctor. And it's like, nah, you're going to be a shot putter.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, Vim Schnupp.
It was interesting. There was a few people though, when we were watching shot putting, they were talking about, or shot put, what their like jobs were outside of like, because some of these people, that's all they do. Like Simone Biles, she trains 40 hours a week, but like some of these people like work 40-hour jobs, and then
it's like that scene in 300 where he's like, "Soldier, what is your profession?"
Yeah,
he's like, "I'm a potter." "Soldier, what is your profession?" I'm a cobble. What is it? I'm a cobbler.
Yeah.
"Spartans, what is your profession?"
Yeah, and then they're like,
I'll run through that door right now.
Dude, that's sick. Yeah. Don't watch anything that breaks all that down historically.
No.
It ruins the whole thing. It ruins the whole thing. I know. Yeah. I know. It really bummed me out.
Yeah, I like Hollywood's description.
It is. It's sick. It's sick. Yeah. There was some cool things. Like there were some things that.
You know where I get my history?
What?
Michael Bay.
If Linkin Park's not playing over the credits,
not a chance, dude.
Like I don't want any part of
historical.
It. Yeah, it is. It is, dude. It totally is.
Yeah.
I one of the things that I have been seeing a lot of memes about from the Olympics is the shooting.
Dude. We talked about that the other day. The dude who's like, that I saw, I hope I sent it to you. I saw just the best meme about that. And it was this dude shooting, and he was in such a weird position.
Yeah.
You'd never find yourself in this position.
Yeah.
He's like leaned back, and elbow was tucked. Like he had hyperextended some joints and crap.
Right.
And all this like $1,000 worth of stuff on.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was like USAPL powerlifter. And then the dude who you're talking about, who's wearing nothing, is like strongman. And he's just like,
he's just like, there's been so many funny.
So you need to fill everybody in who doesn't know, because I didn't know when you were talking about this the other day.
Essentially, this dude who won gold in shooting.
Was it gold or silver? Was it gold?
This guy who did really well in shooting. He was one of the best. And you may have to clarify shooting. There may be multiple shooting sports, but it was like pistols. You need to know nothing about the sport to be able to look at it and see that he doesn't have any of the gear on that they're wearing. I think his backhand is in his pocket.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Mm-hmm. He just looks like an average. What it reminds me of is I've seen clips of these like underdeveloped countries. They'll send a swimmer who looks more like Jimmy than Michael Phelps.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's no hit on Jimmy. It's just like, it looks like, they didn't have the guy to field it. It looks like this guy walks up. He's like, I shot a gun when I was a kid, and he'll do it. And then he walks out there and just wrecks shop.
He was, I found a thing on him. He was actually, like, I think he's retired military. He's, like, in his 50s.
Of course.
That's cool.
So.
Yeah, that was so dope.
But even still, like, that kind of proves the point. I mean, we talk about that in terms of lifting a lot. Like, we've had people that would effectively just leave the gym if they couldn't use the calibrated kilo plates they were taking.
Yeah.
Or they'd complain about missing a deadlift because their slipper slipped on the floor or something.
Yeah.
And then you have Ed Cohn, the best powerlifter of all time, be like, this gym is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's like, I'm gonna put this $1,000 piece of equipment on, and it's gonna give me 2%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 2% better.
Yeah.
And no shade on that either, because like at that level, like you gotta make improvements or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just so funny to see.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like the other thing was his attitude and like his body language and stuff. Because like there was a bunch of stuff going around where it's like, this pistol shooting is going to ruin the Olympics for me.
Yeah.
Because everybody was so like over the top. Like
right.
Everybody looked like steampunk, like anime characters.
Yeah.
with
like
special glasses on, and like one has like a yellow like lens to it and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, and there's and the way that they move too, and the way that they set up and stuff, the way that they would set up and everything, and then like he just walks out and shoots.
Not to mention, I mean, I know there's extensive drug testing, but like what kind of crap those guys are on.
Yeah, sure.
Like to slip under the radar. That those like, or the beta blockers,
Yeah,
or they want to calm them down. And that dude looks like he just ripped a heater.
He just looks like a dad. Yeah, he just like is in like a baggy t-shirt.
He just put out his Marlboro and he
Yeah.
walked up there. He's like, all right.
Yeah, and then like the attitudes and stuff, people were like, yeah, because I kind of was just annoyed by like the girl, like the way that the other people were shooting. Like it just was kind of annoying to watch them because it was so like, you could tell that they thought that they were the crap.
Yeah.
Like, and it just is weird to me. I don't know. I mean, it's super high level, but it
also isn't like, in terms of, now I'm going to get beyond my depth really quickly here, but it also isn't functional. Like if you're in a gunfight, like a handgun fight, you've got to tuck your elbow into your, your fifth rib.
Put your glasses on.
Put your glasses on. We talk about this with some of our ex-military guys at the gym. There's a guy who used to train here who's just like an engineer. He's just like a regular dude. And when they go to the range, he will put them all to shame.
Yeah.
Like just regular dudes who are just elite.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
It is weird. Do you feel like there's something that you have to have? You know what I mean? Like
quality?
Like maybe it's like, is it vision?
I'm sure that helps.
But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
I think with a lot of,
because it's like you got to have a steady hand and decent vision, right?
Yeah, but it's also like, I think some of these people, like, they've been shooting for so
I think to
long.
do anything at that high level, anything, I think if you had to boil it down to one thing, I think it's like a body awareness thing.
Right.
Like we've coached people. I had to get today. I want to talk about him here in a minute. But I've been like teaching him how to do a pec fly, and he realized like instead of coming like this, like straight, like linearly, he was pretending like he was going this way with the handles, and he just figured that out for himself.
Right.
And it's like this ability to make a correction.
Yeah.
So body awareness and like you make a correction, because don't you think that's what it is with shooting specifically? Is like
it's gotta be. Yeah.
I'm hitting the left every time. I'm hitting 6 inches to the left every time.
Yeah.
And you make a small, but then to Amy's point, nothing beats, practice. Consistency.
Yeah.
So this kid I'm training, I just realized today, looks like what your and Jimmy's son would look like. He's like very lean. Sorry, Jim. And he's probably an inch or two taller than you, which feels like what would happen with your boy. You'd have to look up at him because
probably
you short king. His hair is like shaggier, and forgive me, looks like he's got a little Steelville in him, and I like it. He's so friggin' lean, and he's like 140, and I'm gonna get him to 175 and then 205. He doesn't know that part yet, but he's so jacked for being like I've never seen somebody like this. I was telling Nate about it, and I don't know if you're being kind or not, or if you really thought so too, but he's like weirdly bulky for being so small. Like muscles look hard, very vascular, which happens at low body fat. But I'm like, dude, I feel like we have a shot to do something cool here.
No, at 140, he was built kind of crazy. Like his like it was weird. It was weird. It's almost like his muscle bellies and stuff were like he had been working out. You know what I mean? It looked like he had built something or like.
And he has technically, but it sounded like all body weight stuff. Not that you can't at that body weight get some cool muscles, but I mean, we did the 30-pound dumbbells today. You know what I mean? Like, and he could have done more, to be fair. But we're not talking about a dude who walks in and he's just grabbing the 80s.
Right.
You know what I mean? But his goal is just to get a little bigger, and I'm like, we can do that. Also, it's cool because he's kind of like, I get like a couple eggs for breakfast, and then I'll like go out to eat for lunch, and then like I'll just do whatever for dinner. It's not like the dude who's like at 4,000 calories.
Yeah.
And just chained to 140 pounds.
Yeah, he's got to do like two things.
Right.
And then like by the time he gets to the 60s on incline, he's going to be yoked.
Well, and the cool thing about that type of client is like we can add in one thing.
Yeah.
Like let's say we have 10 steps to get to perfect. We can take one or two at a time, and he's going to make consistent gains with each step.
Sick.
It's going to be pretty cool.
It's going to be sick. And then like by the time he hits on step 5, and then we'd throw like HGH in there. Oh,
Vitamins.
we put him on some vitamins. He has no idea. Zach's just like, here, take this when he walks into the gym.
I call it Ovaltine. Did you drink your Ovaltine today?
He's like, yeah, you just mix it with chocolate, like you were giving like a snack to a dog. You just put it inside of something else.
Dude, I can't wait. That's what I do with Jimmy. Put it in peanut butter.
Yeah.
But they were laxatives.
I do love peanut butter.
Yeah, he'll eat anything wrapped in peanut butter.
Is that true, Jimmy?
Almost.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
What do you mean?
Like what's something that you would eat in peanut butter that you wouldn't normally eat otherwise?
Chocolate.
Shut. Jimmy.
Dude.
Hey,
this is my impression of Jimmy. Nah, I don't want to do it. I don't have energy for this. He threw you such a softball.
That way, chocolate? Everybody likes chocolate with peanut butter. You ever heard of a Reese's peanut butter cup?
Aimee doesn't.
Actually, I don't really like peanut butter that much, and I'm working on this. I've actually started trying to eat more Reese's peanut butter cups because I don't like.
That's not the point.
I also don't like mint and chocolate.
He could have said anything just for shock value. He could have been like liver and onions.
You could have said anything. You could have said like a live animal.
Human toe.
Say mint and peanut butter.
Toothpaste.
I've never had that, but that could be good. Mint and peanut butter.
Well,
for those of you listening, I'm really sorry for Jimmy's behavior.
That I tried while Aimee was away is I did buy, the one thing I did splurge on was a mint chocolate chip beer. That was really good.
Okay, well.
just look.
It was made with soft serve.
Jimmy, mint chocolate chip beer?
It was a stout.
I feel like podcast is over.
Podcast, you know what? I got to go train with my client anyway, but that's a good segue,
Who
Jimmy.
do you have to train?
Sally.
When?
Here in like 5 minutes.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me.
I have to. I gotta.
I had so much more to talk about.
What?
Well, I'm not going to ruin it now.
Oh, okay.
Just because freaking the Pod Slayer reared his ugly head, we got to quit.
Mint chocolate chip beer. Jimmy, why can't you just drink normal beer like a normal person? No, you don't.
Someone had brought this up, and it sounded good, so I tried it.
You said you had to treat yourself.
What part of that sounded good?
What part of that sounds good? Nothing sounds good about that.
Hey, Nate, you know what'd be good with beer? Sweet.
Yeah.
No.
There was a chocolate peanut butter stout. It's pretty good.
Aimee,
I'll bring it in.
Why are you like this? Why are you like this? What happened? It's so hard for me.
Why? I don't understand. No, but that's such a
I'll still drink my PBR. But
Zach's just
So the worst part is
down.
like
Zach's
if we go into like a grocery store or something and like you give him the option to like pick a cookie or pick chips or like pick like some alcohol, like he'll stand in there and peruse the aisle and just like
I think he has severe FOMO.
no, it's just I want to make sure that whatever I'm
Jimmy
committing
is.
to.
Hey, I'm going to do this for you. Jimmy is Jack and the Beanstalk if it went poorly. Like he comes home with magic beans, but they don't grow a beanstalk.
Yeah.
Jimmy's like, oh, I came home. He's like, Amy's like, I sent you after meat. What'd you come home with? He's like, oh, I got this bacon wrapped, banana infused porterhouse. And it's like, oh, it's gonna be good. It's good. It sounds tasty. Sounds like a sweet treat.
Sweet.
Well,
sounds like a sweet tweet. You know what? I did see a video.
Can you go get some? Can you go get some? What do they call that? Some Crest Pro Health
toothpaste.
Toothpaste. Thank you, Aimee. And Jimmy's like, yeah, I'll go to get that. And he's like, no, they use this in space. They use this on the moon landing trip. And you know what I mean? There's always a story behind what you eat. Just eat regular stuff. It's good already.
I saw.
We've been doing it for thousands of years. We've perfected the meat and potatoes.
So today we went to the grocery store to get donuts after we worked out because I was like, I feel like eating a donut. So we get our donuts, and then I was like, you ready to check out? And he was like, just like glazed, like
IV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Not
so
bad,
then
not a bad
I'm
choice.
like, you want to go check out? And he's like, I want to go look at the chocolate milk. And as we walk by, I'm like, we're over with like by the donut section, and they already have that chateau stuff. I'm like, well, here's the stuff you like. He's like, no, I'm gonna get something smaller. So he's looking at like the different like Yoo-hoos and the different things, and it's like $2.99 for like a little small like single serve like chocolate milk. And I'm like, why don't you just go ahead and get the bigger one that's like Prairie Farms
what
or
we did.
Hy-Vee that's like 2 to 3 times the amount
Yeah, for like barely any more money.
for less money.
Oh, was it?
Probably.
This is my impression of that encounter. This is Jimmy. He's like, she's like, you want to go check out? He's like, I mean, I'm just, I know we're not going to get anything, but I just want to go look at the chocolate milk. I know we're not going to buy anything. I just want to.
And then he's looking at Yoo-Hoo's.
It wasn't
Yoo-Hoo's. By the way, it says chocolate drink.
It wasn't Yoo-Hoo's. It was the chocolate, like the.
We now have
pint-sized
chocolate
milk.
syrup and strawberry syrup
Did
in
it
our
say
house so
Yoo-Hoo?
that he
No.
can make either or.
Hey, hold on.
I love that.
Gonna come to Jimmy's aid in this.
I love that.
That's good. Chocolate milk's better. It's not the same mixing it at home. Is anybody with me on that?
Agreed. Still
Yeah.
good.
I don't drink
So
enough
good.
of it.
So good, but not.
I believe it.
I'll come to-
Yoo-Hoo's are like the Steelville of chocolate milk.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm pretty sure all it is like chocolate syrup and water.
They're
Yoo-Hoo?
I think so, yeah.
it's bad.
It's not bad. It's just if it's not ice cold, it's bad.
That's probably I haven't had
It was
one
nice
for
when-
If it's
I was
20
ice
years.
cold, it's like okay, that's almost something.
I saw a TikTok video, by the way, of somebody cooking
I don't think
steak.
I've had a Yoo-Hoo.
They had like a really nice steak, and they covered it in peanut butter, and then they threw it in a skillet and cooked it. And
Really?
yeah, and
Covered.
covered.
I couldn't see it.
Couldn't see the steak. And
Whoa.
Gordon Ramsay almost had an aneurysm. Like he was watching them cook it, and he was flipping out. And they were like, "This really like adds some like."
Like you get to looking into it, and there's like several shell companies and crap, and then you trace it back to Jimmy Nichols.
I'd eat that.
He made the video.
I've never done anything like that, but I will say I've taken with friends either Cool Ranch Doritos or like Nacho Doritos and crumbled them up and mixed them in with hamburger meat and then made hamburgers
Hey,
Nothing wrong
on
with
the
that.
grill.
hey,
And it was
you know what that sounds like to me?
delicious.
You know what that sounds like to me? America.
It sounds like a good Wednesday night.
That sounds
But
like a-
You also take those chances with your like 80-20 ground beef. You don't take those chances with a freaking porterhouse.
No.
Also, peanut butter is a tough call with any meat.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I know. Dude, one of my favorite things of all time when I was growing up was like we would get like deli stuff. So like we'd have like stuff to make just regular sandwiches, and then I would put the Doritos on my deli sandwich.
Oh yeah.
That's like a Midwestern thing because I've talked to
Yeah.
people, like a lot of other people don't do that, but like Cool Ranch or just original Doritos on your
Oh, I love
deli
that.
sandwich.
You know what I'm into
You
right
can see
now?
a bald eagle fly over as you're eating it.
Yeah.
It's a freedom.
It's holding a build the wall. All back. You know what I'm really into right now with the deli sandwiches? Doing them chopped up style. You ever done those?
Nope.
You chop. You get everything. Basically, you build the sandwich, then you throw it on a cutting board, throw the mayo or whatever you want on there, and then chop it up pretty fine, and then you put it on the sandwich. Because then every bite is like, it's like a salad consistency. Like
So it's like a
perfect.
deli meat salad.
Yeah,
That sounds pretty good.
it's really good.
Yeah.
And then with the chips, I think it'd be even better.
Oh, baby.
You get a little crunch there. You guys going pickles on your deli sandwich?
Oh, yeah.
Sweet or
Dill.
Dill. Sweet can go fly a kite.
Aimee?
Huh? Dill?
Okay.
Dill. No, I was actually thinking about like mayo, Cool Whip, or not Cool Whip, mayo, Miracle Whip, mustard versus like Grey Poupon.
Hey, all right. I've done this a lot, real quick.
We don't have to talk about it.
I've done this a lot already.
I was thinking.
But I'm going to be Jimmy. I want you to be Aimee, and I want you to go mayo and Cool Whip, and then
You mean
correct
Miracle
yourself.
Whip? But
You
yeah,
said, no,
yeah,
you said
I know.
Cool Whip.
Yeah, I know.
But
But who am I, Amy? Or
You're
Jim?
Aimee. Be like mayo, Cool Whip, or I mean. Just
Okay, all right. Okay, so I was trying to think of the difference between mayo, Cool Whip.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Well, go back a little bit. Go on. Mayo and Cool Whip. So
I see what you did there. I did not. That's not what I was expecting you to do.
it just piques his interest.
I'd eat that. That's the segment.
Yeah.
Jimmy it's just
I'd eat that.
a sound clip of him going, "I'd eat that," and then it's.
Can I say something we've been doing? This isn't everybody does this now. I think because it's all over TikTok and videos that we've been watching. But if you're a cottage cheese person,
And I am.
go buy the everything bagel seasoning and sprinkle it on your cottage cheese,
I'll bet that's.
I'm
and
in.
you will thank
I'm in.
me
You gotta
later.
add salt though.
I know.
Oh no,
Too.
I don't.
I put
add
salt
any
on my
salt.
cottage cheese anyway.
Yeah, I was going
I
to say,
don't-
I know
I just
you're
put-
already into that.
Yeah.
I
put my salt on cut.
I don't need it. Like I used to put salt on, and now I just use the everything bagel.
The reason I
seasoning.
brought that up is like I think there's two camps of cottage cheese. I think there's the people that add like fruit and stuff in it, and then there's the people that make it like savory.
He likes fruit sometimes.
I do both.
I do both now. Not at the same time, right?
Yeah. Not at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well, because my dad. I think you all do this too. My dad will put salt on a watermelon.
My dad does that. Yeah,
It's
my
okay.
family does that.
It's not-
It's not my favorite. It's okay.
You know when I'll say it's good is when the watermelon's not great, because it makes
Yeah.
it a little more whatever.
Yeah.
don't
No,
know.
that's another thing that I didn't do until I got older, until I was an adult, was like, I'll throw blueberries in my cottage cheese now.
Really?
Yeah,
I can do that.
It's good. It's good. But when I was little, that would have disgusted me. I'd be like, what?
Texture
I'm a big
wise?
fan of peaches.
No,
and
just the
cottage
thought
cheese.
of it. Like just the fruit in the cottage. I've always liked cottage cheese, but just
Yeah,
the thought of the fruit in
I'm a
the
salty
Oh, you
person.
had a
I don't
weak-
think I'd
weak
like that.
stomach.
What's that?
You had a weak stomach.
I don't think
You were a
so.
weak boy.
No.
Little boy.
Just a baby.
He's just a baby.
All right, you guys, you know what?
Just a Guatemalan Nino.
Look, everybody, I appreciate you stopping by to
Hey,
podcast
hey.
with us. Yeah.
Now you know how I feel.
You know, Jimmy, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I don't think anybody knows how you feel.
That's probably true.
Probably
I
right.
think you are in
I
it
just-
alone, buddy. You are one of one.
I have had multiple times where I've thought about just shaving in a mustache.
Don't do that. That's
And
his thing.
I know, and that's what stopped me.
It's his
was
thing,
that I was like, you know what, I could shave all this down really light and then just do like the 5 o'clock shadow with a stash.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to interrupt you because nobody likes this story.
Okay.
Maybe listing, I don't know, but I come into train the other day. Fry,
Yeah.
all bald now.
Whoa.
He went bare skin. I respected it.
Whoa.
It's like you walk in, no beard, no nothing.
He also
all
looks
bald.
pretty big.
Dude, he's so jacked.
Yeah.
I was like,
I haven't seen him in months.
I know. I was like, dude, what do you think your body weight is right now? He's like, oh, like 215. He's like, what's your heaviest weight? He's like 231. Dude was 225 or something. He's looking thick.
That's sick.
At the end of our workout, I was like, same with their love child. I was like, dude, we got a shot here.
You know who's rocking the like kind of 5 o'clock, like thicker than 5 o'clock shadow, but like still real short, but then a long like a mustache. It's Jake, and he's freaking
really?
rocking the crap out of it. Yeah, it looks
Cool.
great. Yeah, he's doing that like
Is that your speed?
shaved on the side, like like
Mullet-ish.
mullet-ish type of thing with the mustache.
That's what you're into?
I don't mind it. It's just like some people can rock it. And they
Are you
look
going
good
to try
with
it now?
What?
The mustache, 5 o'clock shadow.
No, dude, this is where I live. This is me.
Figured you're trying to swoo him.
What are you going to try next, Amy?
Oh, I see what you mean.
I'm not gonna
that
change
was good.
anything.
That was good. Jimmy,
You wouldn't
have to
go
do
short?
7 or 8 more times.
Why don't you go like? Why don't you do
Right
like,
now, I've
why don't you do
actually
like an
I've-
A-frame. Why don't you do like an
A-frame.
A-frame bob like to the shoulder?
I've actually stopped coloring my hair just so that because I noticed a few grays, so I'm just trying to let it all come in.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Yeah,
Just got to let it happen.
You were born with it, though.
Mine's just going
Really
to turn white.
adopted the gray.
Man,
I was born in it.
I was born in it.
All right, everybody. You know what? Go out there and just live.
Be great.
Live hard.
Stay cool.
You know,
Aggro.
America. And look, and if you want to really broaden your horizons, look for mint chocolate chip beer,
You do it.
and you'll realize that like, oh, some doors weren't meant to
or
be open.
tahine peach gummies.
Or try some grape jelly on your ham and cheese sandwich.
That's actually not bad.
That's a friend. That's like a
Oh, cool.
European thing.
Yeah. Look, guys, go out and be great.
What is that called?
Go out and be great and be fearless.
I don't know. But
Don't be afraid to succeed. You think you're going to get a piece of the aggro crag by walking around being
It's a Monte
being
Cristo.
a pacifist. You know what I mean? You got to go out there and you got to go win. You got to go succeed. Come back here next week. I'm going to have a little segment called "Pump You Up," and that was a "Pump You Up" by Zach. You can do this. Doggone it!
all right, just calm down. Okay.
I've been sweating since 8 a.m.
Calm down. Thanks everybody for listening.
Woo!
We'll see you next time. All right.
Hey, we love you.
Bye.
Bye.
We love you.